Next match was against Steel Canyon, and they went over to Steel Canyon High School and found themselves behind and never recovered, losing that match 3-1. Grossmont now with a free kick after the foul by Eastlake. So both teams have a free kick now, and Maddie Mayo sends one into the short box, but no problem for the keeper, Mia Shallett. Shallett gets it started off to her right with the Titans. Innumerable. Javira. Dropping that back to McFarland and then up to Central. Jamie Ganello waits for it to come into her area and takes a couple bounces for the save. First shot of the match for Eastlake. Ball out of play at a far side touchline. It'll be a throw-in. Just a few more days, and then it's Christmas. This is the last game for the Foothillers of 2018. Had a lot of good games this year, including last season and in this season. Down the Central for the Titans. Aguilera comes onto it, and then that's Dees. Quickly to Mia Foster, but her pass is intercepted. Nobody there. Back up with it is Eberly. And it is sent out of play on the run by Torrey. So it'll be a throw-in. Foothillers out of their own defensive half. Amy Cervantes, the new player on the Varsity this year. Throws it in off of a bounce and a foul. And that's going to work against the Foothillers. Javira setting it up for a free kick. But will she take it? Taking in is Ruby McFarland. McFarland drives it down into the box and a save, but a giveaway, and then they finally are able to collect it again. The Foothillers, dangerous action that time defensively. Ganello got her hands on it, but then wasn't able to pull it in, giving up that rebound. Taylor Summit with it. And it is knocked out of play by the Foothillers of Grossmont. It'll be a throw-in for the Titans of Eastlake High School playing on their home field in a 0-0 match early on. Hopefully you're sitting back with a beverage. Maybe out here in the West Coast, you got the dinner going on. Sit back for the next hour and a half and watch girls varsity soccer. And if you're in other parts of the country or the world, hopefully your day has gone great or the starting of your next day as far as that's concerned. Substitutions are going to occur for Coach Fernando Ramos. Victoria Ford is in the match. Ford playing in the back, and Kira Smingy's into the match. And Kira playing for the first time this season, or at least since we have been filming it, in these last 3 now into 4 games. Kira was a very talented and imposing player last season in the few games that we were able to film her for Grossmont High School, till she got injured in a game against Helix and never was able to return. Junior now. Jamie Ganello with the save, and will drive it up the field. Mia Foster, and that ball is sent out of play, but it was lastly touched out by Eastlake, and now there's a discussion with one of the tandem refs and Victoria Ford, and I guess she's okay. And it's going to be a throw-in. Smingy throwing it in for Grossmont. Mia Foster. Giovingo, her pass intercepted. Sekimoto on the run. Olivia Sekimoto on the run down the central, and that ball is going to go out of play in a far side touchline. But a nice run by Olivia Sekimoto, just putting some pressure now on the Foothillers. Nil-nil your score here in the first half. You just checked in. Eastlake Titans against the Grossmont Foothillers. Grossmont on the border of La Mesa and El Cajon, out there in the eastern part of the city of San Diego. One publication is called East County, and they cover a lot of the teams from the Grossmont Hills League. And Steel Canyon, you've already seen them this season. Out there in the eastern part of the county. Victoria Ford knifing in, and that's going to cause a foul for the Foothillers. Free kick now for Eastlake. Let's see what they do with this free kick. Trying to get a strike in the area, and they do, but it's past the byline. However, it was touched by the Foothillers, and it'll be a corner kick, the first one of the match for Eastlake. So the set piece, always dangerous in the world of soccer. They do the short kick for control, and right at Cadello, and trying to get another strike. The header, and it is right back, and Ford just kind of giving it back to her keeper, Jamie, with the save. Aguilera. Intercepted nicely by Garcia. That's Javira, kind of sandwiched there, and it was knocked out by Mia Foster. So the throw-in for the Titans. 50-50 ball. Running just by it there was Matterson. Now here's Giovingo sending it out wide, but she couldn't link up with Maddie Mayo. So it's going to be a throw-in for Eastlake. They go up the field with the soccer ball. Intercepted by Grossmont. They get it back. Can't keep it in. Matterson trying to link up with a teammate. Mia Foster down the left flank. And it's going to be a goal kick. Shallot to her left, and back to Shallot again. Mia Shallot Keeper for the Titans. Upfield, Garcia. Intercepted by Cervantes. It caroms over to Matty Mayo. Matterson tries to get it, and then again, Titans in defense. But they're able to get a harmless ball over to Shallot. Here's Victoria Ford. Ford, and it checks up and hits her in the face. And now she's going to stay in the match. And that one always smarts when it gets you up above the shoulders. Free kick, and starting it too soon on that free kick. And they're going to wave it off. So they play it. Of course, if you're a player, you're going to have to be mindful of being on the whistle, moving forward. Ruby McFarland. Mia Foster has it now for Grossmont. Forward. Foothillers drives it off of a bounce, and the save is made by Shallot. Three shots for the Foothillers in the match. Touchdown, that time by Innumerable. Aguilera gives it in to Smingy to throw it in. Coming out of the match is Alexa Gonzalez. I believe it was Dees that came back into the match. The foul against the Foothillers, so it's a free kick for Eastlake. Fourth free kick of the match. Giovingo out wide. Back to Aguilera. Dangerous pass. Could have been stolen there. Sekimoto. Overlapping run out to Thierrot. And a foul. Just outside the area. And it'll be a dangerous free kick for the Foothillers from this distance. Lots of different things can happen. Caroms. Players can run on to the soccer ball or just flat put it into the back of the net from here. Let's see what happens. Off this free kick for the Eastlake Titans in their fifth free kick of the match. Fifth foul for Grossmont. Chip into the area. Not able to get a second ball are the Titans. So it's upfield. Naranjo. Lizelle strikes it forward. Smingy. Lopez not able to control it. Well, it goes on to Cleta Garcia. Driven back to McFarland as they want to keep the shape and collect. Garcia. Matterson. Again, I mentioned, if you didn't catch it, numerous players are not available for the Titans. Some of them were up here in the press box before the match. But that is something that is not uncommon throughout the course of the season. Very physical game. With geometric designs on that soccer ball. of the world's most famous sport, football. In most countries, soccer in this one. We got another sport called football, and they're playing bowl games tonight in college, and we'll be doing it this weekend. And the NFL kicking in their last couple of games of the season, setting things up for the playoffs. But you can get all those updates as far as all the sports are concerned, the major ones here in the United States, some of the ones like cricket and rugby and ones overseas. All you got to do is like us on Facebook. Also get pictures that we have. That's on our Instagram page. And that's GK Sports 2 and GK Sports 1. You can follow us on Twitter. You want to do all of that. It's a one-stop shop. mrgksports.webs.com. That's mrgksports.webs.com. One-stop shop right there on the front page. And go ahead and follow and like us. And get all our social media content. Now here are the Titans on the run. Summit drops it back. Gives it over to Thuralt. Thuralt and Summit working a play. Into the central now. Here's Matterson. Knocked away. Always a concern, at least since GK Sports has been filming Grossmont Foothill Girls Varsity Soccer, and that is their defense. They've been able to put goals in the back of the net. You just checked in with us. They were down 3-0 against the Eagles of Olympian and came screaming back in the second half, tied the match, but they just couldn't win it. Lost 4-3. When you give up 3 goals, it's tough to expect a win at this level. And the Titans are now going to have an opportunity for a free kick. And another foul on the Foothillers. And that is their 6th of the match. Here's Ruby McFarland on a line drive. A Karam intercepted by Giovinco, but getting it back are the Titans now. Sending it out of play. They wanted to link up that time with Lizelle Naranjo, but it didn't work out that way. 0-0 your score, still in the first half of action. Hopefully you're enjoying this match, wherever you are in the world. There was actually an article I mentioned about the Facebook page in one of the soccer online mags that was talking about high school soccer might very well be, in some cases, better than the soccer played outside of high school. So it just is a matter of different scenarios in different states, I think. And California, for the most part, the best soccer is played in Development Academy. But it just depends. And who knows what, right now, if you're in Development Academy, you can't play in your high school team. If there is a Development Academy team in the area, and in some cases there isn't, and a lot of players will end up playing on their high school team. So that's where the other side of the coin comes from. So it's a matter of where you're talking about. But articles like that and many more appear on the Facebook page, as well as max preps and the standings and stats throughout the course of the season, girls varsity soccer and all its sports. Shallot with it. The Titans up the central, intercepted by Giovinco. Finding Foster, Cervantes moving forward, but her pass was intercepted. But Dees comes into the space, intercepting there. Over to Cervantes, off of Giovinco. Giovinco gets a return pass, turns and gives it to Foster now. Foster now on the ball, always strong. Tried to give it to Lopez, but there's a foul, and that one occurred just outside the area. And this is danger. If you're the opposing team against the Foothillers, they can put it in the back of the net from here. Victoria Ford will take it. And they were really good at that last year. It was super danger. Amber Huff playing now for UCI, University of California at Irvine. Ford. Good drive off the top of the frame. Lopez tried to follow it up and couldn't do it. Beautiful shot that time by Ford, and you just couldn't get it to dip down between the hand of Shallot and the crossbar. So it is still 0-0. Victoria Ford likes a flair of the dramatic, if possible. Didn't get a goal in the last game, but was instrumental in everything that was going on out there. Usually is, even though she plays in the back. 3 players are coming out on the pitch now for the Titans of Eastlake. And that's Brittany Boo, 17. 19 is Eva Weiss. And I believe 2 was the other one, Gianna Picone. But nevertheless, if I missed one of the players actually that went out there, just remember we mentioned them as they touch that soccer ball out there on the pitch. Ball out of play, and the Titans will throw it in. Scoreboard has close to about 16 and a half minutes left to play in a first half of action. You know, they go 40 minutes in each half in high school soccer. 50-50 ball. Here's Cervantes. Pass intercepted. Emmy tries to get it back. Can't do it. But then finally gets it. Pressuring Javera there in the space. Now here's Lopez now trying to get it. But nicely done by Rivera. Or rather, that was Eberly who protected that ball back to her keeper. Now up the right flank for the Titans. Taylor Summit now. Will the ball go out of play? It is. Not able to run it down was Naranjo. So Jamie Ganello now. And maybe it was an offsides. That's what it was. Maddie Mayo. Foster. Giovingo. Cervantes. Trying to get it to Sarah Lopez. Pion can't run that one down. It'll be a throw-in. So Smingy playing for the first time on GK Sports in this 2018-2019 season. Be interesting to see if she can make it all the way through, and if they make it to the postseason, be able to play in the postseason. With the Foothillers missing 4 players in that semifinal game earlier in the spring of this year. Kylie D's coming out of the match. Galena Hernandez is into the match. Galena coming up late from the JV team last season. Was able to play in the last few games of the season. And a foul against the Titans. A free kick now. As Mia Foster dumped there in the central. Maddie Mayo will take the free kick, or at least set it up. Might be Ford actually taking it. So Victoria Ford will take it. In this 0-0 affair. And closer towards halftime. Lopez can't bring it down, and then getting to it instead is Naranjo and sending it out of play. Throw in for the Foothillers of Grossmont. Division I team playing the Open Division team. The Eastlake Titans in blue. It's going to be a throw-in now for Grossmont again. Tapped out by the Titans. Victoria Ford will throw it in. She of the chance off that free kick that nearly put it in the back of the net. Minutes back. Maddie Mayo. Giovingo can't win it. So upfield, here's Mayo now. Sends it back to Ford, who tracks back. Jennifer off the carom, and it goes over to Sakamoto. They have it out wide on the run. Picon. Gianna waits for her teammate who tries to keep it in, and it goes out of play. Taylor Summit wanted to get to that soccer ball, but Maddie Mayo ensured that she could not. So Mayo is going to set it up and take the goal kick. Still 0-0. Hopefully you've been enjoying it here in the first half. Far cry from what happened in the last match as far as goals are concerned for the Foothillers. Because by now, they had already given up a couple, but not tonight. So far. And going after it is Smingy, but it's going to be an offsides against Eastlake. Grossmont now with 5 free kicks. Mia Foster just sending it in some space, hoping Sarah Lopez could run onto it. Instead, the keeper, Shallot, upfield. Bree Cooney there in the space, intercepting that ball a couple of times. Wearing the red cleats for the Foothillers. Maddie Mayo to Sarah Lopez, who's wearing those reddish colored cleats. Giovingo, the Mayo, nearly went without the soccer ball, and that would have been danger, but was able to backtrack by virtue of this synthetic surface. Sakamoto now. Olivia Sakamoto. Nice bending ball, wanting to get it to her teammate. Bree Cooney is able to backtrack and send it out of play. Good ball on the run by Olivia Sakamoto. Trying to get it to bend back, as you've seen in the Premier League. Those great players over there. The other leagues of professionals, as well as the women's great leagues. Our women's national team able to do those types of things, to get that ball to almost do like a serious bend in it. Like bending like Beckham. And these players, they hit it right. They can do a lot of things as well. Naranjo and a save. Another shot. For Eastlake. Upfield for the Foothillers. Lopez controls it nicely. Lopez still on it. Lopez being pressured now. Lopez still strong on a soccer ball. Seen her on this field make a great goal in the tournament against Helix, I should say. Back a couple of Saturdays ago. Right here on this field. Foothillers not able to beat Helix last year, but able to get by him this year. Intercepting forward. Smingy, good pass to Cervantes in space. Lopez, Foster, good passing now. Lopez a shot, but far away from goal was Lopez. Didn't get enough of the soccer ball on it. Throw in for the Foothillers in the attacking third. Bree Cooney. Cooney chips it into some space. Kira trying to get to it. She does touch it. And then a strike by Maddie Mayo and an intercept. And Kira driving it in some space looking for Lopez. Back up the field now. Brittany Boo. Over to Naranjo. Lizelle. Back to Eberly. Krista Eberly. Eberly gets another touch onto it. Weiss. They control the touches now. The Titans trying to move forward collectively. And they are going to do that now. With Eberly on the near side coming up from the back now. Couple of step overs now. Krista Eberly, and it's off of Mayo. And it goes upfield. Not getting enough of it that time was Hernandez, and Hernandez goes down, and the Titans still pressing on. Gets back up into Central. Intercepted from the back. Now the Foothillers intercepted with 5.5 minutes left to play in the first half. And a shot by the Foothillers. And a whistle. Hernandez is going to come out. And it's going to be 2 fresh players coming in for head coach Fernando Ramos. As Toyla Payan is coming out of the match as well. Gonzalez D's into the match. Ruby McFarland. Boo. The diagonal pass. Trying to keep possession of the Titans. Can't do it. Dispossessed. Good work there by Foster. Lopez trying to run onto it. Could not. Foster overran it. Picone. Dropping it all the way back. Shallot. Keeper. Mia Shallot up the field. Finds the blue-shirted Lizelle Naranjo. On the near side, Naranjo trying to get the pass, but can't get it. Giovingo on the intercept. Gonzalez to Foster. Good first touch. Tries to go back to Mia Foster. She never got it. Giovingo will try it again. Doesn't work. Titans, but Foster finds it. Lopez, and that ball was partially deflected. Shallot making another save. That one wasn't under much duress, as Lopez not getting a lot of velocity on it. Good defense in the space by the Titans on that last sequence. Back up the field now. Here is Naranjo. Taken away. Smingy sends it all the way to the attacking third. Stopping it nicely there is McFarland. McFarland now moving forward and then gives it over to Sekimoto down the central, but nobody's able to run onto it. Unfortunately for Eastlake, Taylor Summit wasn't able to get onto that soccer ball. And Summit's been working hard here in the first half, trying to link up Sekimoto and her teammates. Try to put one in the back of the net. Havira. Daniela now off of a collision, taken away by Ford. Gonzalez now with the ball. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Out here in Eastlake, campus of Eastlake High School, the Titans. They have the soccer ball now. Weiss, the nearest side, trying to make the move to the interior was Naranjo and was cut off and knocked out of play. Lauren De La Torre ended the match for Eastlake. In his 0-0 match. Good soccer played here in the first half. On the road to the Foothillers again for the 4th week in a row. Trying to keep it from going to 500 on the season. Started off 4-0 and have not had any kind of success in the last 3 games. As far as the win column is concerned. There's been some good things that have happened from the offensive perspective, but not able to turn them into wins. But so far tonight, all knotted up in a 0-0 tie. Against the Open Division champions from last season, Eastlake Titans. That's the biggest division, if you don't know, out here in California, down here in the San Diego section of the California Interscholastic Federation, CIF. Maddie Mayo sends that ball down the central. It's intercepted. Now here's newest player and Cooney, and then on the diagonal pass upfield, and it's intercepted. Naranjo on the run. Mayo tracks back and gives it to Ford. D's, nobody there, intercepted in the central. Cervantes able to win it. Nicely played defensively by Emmy Cervantes. All these teams have learned about each other now, that have played each other and learned about themselves, more importantly, up to this point in the season. As we on the cusp of league play for the 2018-2019 season. Summit on a nice run on the right flank. Summit. Her pass is intercepted upfield. And it goes beyond Marissa Garcia and out of play. And that is the end of the first half of action from Eastlake High School. It is 0-0 at the end of 40 minutes of action. Stick with us. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so for the second half of this girls varsity soccer match between Eastlake Titans and Grossmont Foothillers. McFarland drives it down into the box, and a save, but a giveaway, and then they finally are able to collect it again. Kick for control, and right at Cadello, and trying to get another strike. The header, Ford. Good drive off the top of the frame. Lopez tried to follow it up and couldn't do it. Now, let's see which team decides to put one in the back of the net first, or will it happen at all tonight? There won't be any overtime, so just going to go 80 minutes regulation. And here's a run down the left flank now for the Titans. And they give it away to Mia Foster. Sarah Lopez onto the soccer ball to Maddie Mayer on the overlapping run, but that one is out of play. Head coach Mark Kazar has made his adjustments to try and see what he can do against this Foothill Ball Club on a girls varsity soccer variety. And Fernando Ramos, along with Nick Ager, trying to figure something out against the Titans, who won the Open Division of the CIF San Diego section last season. Foothillers, as you already know, from Division One. If you don't know, they are Division One. And Jamie Gonello, a dangerous attempt to pass, and fortunately it went off to an area where her teammates can protect. As a keeper, always have to be mindful to get that ball clear of that striker, because if you don't, they can set things up to try to put it in the back of your net, if not put it in the back of your net themselves. And I've seen that at a premier level. Mia Foster trying to go up, and it was intercepted. Heather Matterson, the near side, that's Eberly. Eberly won't get it, and neither will her teammate that time, Taylor Summit. And it's out of play. You can get involved in all of our digital content. All you have to do is go to mrgksports.webs.com. One-stop shop on the front page. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all there. Just click on the links. Get the updates. Facebook page. Follow the conversation that's going on Twitter. And, of course, see the pictures in Instagram. Heather Matterson dropping it back to Eberly. After a step over, ran out of real estate on the near side. He's trying to connect with Emily Barrero. Not able to do so after the throw-in. Knocked out by the Titans. Cooney into the area now. And coming off her line is Shallot making a nice save. Galera, Mia Foster, and that's going to be a push in the back. Mia Foster having a free kick. Mayo could not run it down. So out of the left defensive area, Eastlake bringing it upfield to Matterson. Dropping it back. And then up to Sakamoto now. Olivia Sakamoto showing her speed now. A beautiful pass. A forward, but offsides. Just a little bit beyond. D's on that defensive area for Grossmont. And so for the Titans, that is their third offsides of the contest. Grossmont with their 7th free kick of the match. Lopez watches it whiz over her head and then tries to go back and get it. Could not. Coming upfield nicely is Everly. Everly still on the soccer ball and could not continue on with it. Mia Foster, Maddie Mayo, and Mayo, the heavy touch, out of play. So it'll be a throw-in off the left side of the defense, or the Titans. The home team tonight in a 0-0 affair with the visitors from Grossmont High School. I'm Greg K. Porter, along with Pablo Espinal on the camera, bringing you the live stream up high over the top of the press box here at Eastlake High School. Hopefully you're enjoying the match so far. The evening time out here in the West Coast. Getting kind of late on the eastern side. Hopefully your weather hasn't been too bad, and if it has, hopefully you're somewhere nice and warm. Mia Foster, Bree Cooney, and a whiff by Bree. Don't want to do that in your own half of the field. Meaning the whiff. Matterson didn't get to it. Sent up the field. Victoria Ford. These two teams did not play each other last season. They are seeing each other, I should say, for the first time in over 2 seasons. Victoria Ford will have the free kick. That is 6 fouls now for the Titans on the match. After the carom didn't get it to continue forward were the Foothillers. Thieralt, Alexandria, shielding the ball away from Mia Foster, and Foster touches it out. So it's going to be a throw-in for Eastlake. Very interesting match so far for both teams, as they both have had a little bit of opportunities to try to make something happen. And here is Lopez now turning. Lopez heel passes it, gets the ball back now. Upfield to Giovingo now. In space, can do something in space, but couldn't link up with her teammate Mayo. So Shallot with a goal kick. Foster trying to get to that soccer ball in space, could not. Gonzalez, but Cooney gets onto the soccer ball, bends it, but Mayo will not be able to run it down. In the back, the Titans recover down their left flank. Smingy on the soccer ball, makes a nice move, and then sends the ball into space for Lopez, but she couldn't get to the soccer ball, and it's sent out of play. She will be able to get that ball right where she wants to for Lopez, and Lopez will understand her as they play more together. First game that we have seen them play together. And this is our 4th game. 8th game in total now for the Grossmont Foothillers 2018-2019 campaign. Heather Matterson. Upfield. Taken away by Smingy. Her talents dearly missed last season. After that game, and coming off her line is Ganello making the save. Tandem refs trying to coordinate, and they've kind of had a little bit of a problem with that in this match, as opposed to some of the other matches we've seen. And Ganello. Will drive it forward. Still a 0-0 affair here in the second half. It's inside 29 minutes left to go in the match. Still plenty of time for both teams to put one into the back of the net. And this is the longest that the Foothillers have been held scoreless. This season. Thought they might have been able to score another goal against Steel Canyon, but were not able to do so. Had some good movement up the field, but not able to coordinate together. Forward, Aguilera, and it's sent out of play. As I mentioned before the start of the match, that the Titans are missing quite a few players. Not able to play. A lot more than the Foothillers are at this point. Smingy able to come in and play tonight. Emmy Cervantes. Cervantes on a nice run. Cervantes trying to cut it back, but is marked very, very well in the space. Nicely done in the back. Garcia, beautiful job for the Titans, giving them an opportunity to turn this one going into the other direction. And Cervantes had some different designs with their run up the field. Here's Sarah Lopez, the dangerous one, a shot off of Shallot's hands and over the top of frame. Pretty good shot by Lopez. And for the Foothillers now, as their 10th shot of the match. So the corner kick for the Foothillers, their first one of the match. Coming here in the second half. Jennifer Giovingo will take it from the near side. A lot of air onto it. Mayo and now, finally, Cervantes is able to chip it forward and then off of Victoria Ford and then just a long shot out of play. Nil. Still the score. The total now of 66 minutes of this match. They play 80. Who will break the 0-0 tie? And then put a lot of pressure on the other team. Smingy trying to get to it first, but no need to. It was already out of play. course, Innumerable was also trying to get to that soccer ball. Torrey. Smingy will throw it in. The Foothillers of Grossmont. Chipped into space. Coming towards it is Barrero. Eberle. Pass intercepted. Sarah Lopez now. She's dangerous in space. Sarah Lopez now on the soccer ball. Cuts it back inside. And then weaves her way back outside again. Finds her teammate Cooney. And Cooney misses frame on the near side. So Shallot will get it started again. The Eastlake Titans. All the way out to the left. And then upfield. Minji drives it back. Aguilera. Titans retrieving it in their own defensive half. Into the central. Back upfield, but intercepted by Mayo. And then she gave it away. So the Titans will try it again. And then Matterson to the near side. Barreto on a beautiful move. Barreto on the near side to Taylor Summit now. Summit now against Ford. Summit drives it hard to her teammate into space now, trying to get a second ball. They head it forward now. Cervantes and Foster is able to get it upfield. Eberle to the near side. Summit. Thuralt. And it goes into the back of the net. Goal! Go, 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 goal! They got the run down the right flank. Thuralt, Summit working that play, and then they get it to the central. And Gonello trying to make the best she can with dealing with that pressure from the wing and into the central, and it came so fast, and then it went into the back of the net. And it is 1-0 now. The Titans of Eastlake on their home yourself with just over 22 minutes left to go in the match. And you got to find a way to get an equalizer. Otherwise, as that thing that I mentioned, the 500 scenario will occur on the season. Giovingo. And, of course, now you're on the road again for the fourth consecutive time in a row. And the home crowd is going to get into the affair. As you can hear, some of the student bodies, Matterson now, and it's out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for Eastlake. The goal-scoring leader is credited for getting that goal. The only goal of the match, 1-0, Eastlake leading. Foster trying to get to the soccer ball, can't do it. Also, she had help there, but that didn't happen either. So now, trying to put pressure on the back line are the Foothillers. Cooney comes into play. Foster, so strong on a soccer ball. Taken away momentarily by Cervantes. She gets a bump and then regains it. She tries to stay with it, falls down, and it's going to be a foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Foothillers. Eastlake now with their 7th foul of the match. And now this is the 8th free kick of the match for Grossmont. And this is the one that means something when you have it in the defensive third of the other team. That set piece will be taken by Ford. Just kinds of chips in and to her teammate, and no, she just could not get it, but they were offsides. It wouldn't have counted in nevertheless. Onsides when you deliver it. In the central, Jennifer Giovingo chips it forward. Foster will try to get it, can't. But here's Cervantes, wins it, sends it down for Payan into the corner. Toilet Payan and won't be able to get to it. And it was off her cleat, and it'll be a goal kick. Jamie Ganello had her no-scoring streak in this match broken a few minutes ago from the opposing team. And it had been a long time since she had that kind of streak going as far as minutes are concerned, where she was holding the other team scoreless. But Eastlake, again, as I mentioned, an open division squad. They know how to put the ball into the back of the net. And we're the champions of the open division last season. Taylor Summit into the match after a brief break. Correction, she was already in the match, but there was a movement from one spot to the other. So I did not see who actually came in. So, as I mentioned before, whoever touched that soccer ball out there, we'll mention their name. Foster, and that ball goes out of play on the near side. And it'll be a throw-in. 1-0, the Titans lead on their home field. Coming on 17 and a half minutes left to play in the match. Still plenty of time for the Foothillers to try to get an equalizer or to even win the match. The Titans have played well from the defensive side of things. And in some regards, you could say the Foothillers have not been as good from an offensive perspective as they have in some matches. And Sakamoto now, this is danger now, and running down to get his numerable, trying to get to it, takes a shot, and Gonello is able to make the save. Gonello upfield, but it's intercepted now. Ford and need a knee, and Ford has stopped right there. And that hurts. So the free kick for the Foothillers. Their 10th free kick of the match. 9 fouls for the Titans, unofficially. They keep the official stats right here in the press box. Those that go to max preps, so to speak. And a foul, and it'll be a free kick now, again, for the Foothillers. Victoria Ford will take it. Their team down by 1. Not yet urgency time needed. 15 and some change left to go in the match. Shallot, and a save. That was right on Shallot, and Shallot made the save. Mia could not afford to give up a rebound that time because Mia Foster was flying by her. Aguilera. Cervantes. Can Mayo keep it in? Cannot. So the errant pass by Cervantes and a throw-in now for the Titans in midfield. In this 1-0 affair, enjoying the lead at home. The fourth straight road affair for the Foothillers in white of Grossmont High School. Started off 4-0 and finding themselves in danger of being 500, losing their fourth straight game, unless they can get an equalizer here. Another beautiful pass all the way to the other side of the field and taken away by Aguilera and sent out of play. Eva Weiss says, I'm going to put this one in some space and see what I can do with it. But Aguilera was there. Intercepted by Naranjo in the central, but taken away by Foster now. Mia Foster looking for Lopez. She couldn't get it now, but now she's going to run after it on the near side, but just couldn't get it. But it is tapped out of play by Krista Eberly, and now they'll have a throw-in. And this is a quality throw-in in the attacking third. If you're watching the Foothillers all season long, you're going to be able to see those link-ups that number 9 is going to be trying to do all season long with number 1. And number 1 is going to be, unless anything happens differently, at the campus for a long time. An ODP player showing her skills at this level. But now the Foothillers in danger again. The defense not making a play. Ganello makes a save. 1v1 with Tori Innumerable. And Innumerable trying to put it in the back of the net, but robbed by Ganello. In the deep back, down to about 12 and a half left to go in a match. Cooney just drives it in some space. Summit not able to link up with Naranjo, and here's Foster now. Cooney, Giovingo, Jennifer darts towards the central, still on the soccer ball. Jennifer Giovingo goes down, no call, and Eastlake Titans have it now. Jamie Ganello will come way off her line. Taps it with her cleat back to herself in the area. And drives it hard all the way upfield. Mia Foster links up with it. Trying to find it was Dees, could not. And nutmegged her and back up the field. And onside this time again. Innumerable on the near side. Tori's blast is a save again by Ganello. Piece of gear came off of Smingy's leg, protecting that ACL. Danger when you're dealing with Tori going down that right flank for Eastlake, whether or not she's going to hit that hard line drive, the grass cutter, or whether she's going to just take a shot. And she's been testing Ganello the last couple of times. Giovingo's coming out of the match. She may be ailing a little bit. Usually you don't see Jennifer come out this stage in the match. Alexa Gonzalez is into the match. Smingy. Cervantes. Mayo back to Aguilera. Aguilera on the move. Taylor looking for Mayo and didn't get it there. Mia Foster on the intercept. Foothillers need as many touches as they possibly can if they're going to entertain coming back into this match. Mayo, who played keeper in the last match, did the best she could in replace of Ashlyn Dean, who got injured in that last match against the Olympian Eagles. And so now we know that Maddie Mayo is the third person this season that can play keeper. And you had Amber Huff do that last season against the Foothillers Christian team. Of course, that was a 6-0 affair, and then Amber Huff came in and played the second half as keeper. Titans with a throw-in, enjoying the 1-0 lead. Naranjo, and then it's intercepted by the Foothillers. Cooney keeps it in. Dees, and that's going to work against the Titans. So a free kick now for Grossmont. About 8.5 left to play in a match. And getting closer and closer to urgency time for the Foothillers. Victoria Ford into central. Foster trying to, on that link up, headed into the back of the net. She is good with heading the soccer ball. Not able to do so from. Nevertheless, it's another shot for the Foothillers. $14 shots for the Foothillers in this match. Unofficially. And the throw-in now for Bree Cooney and the team in white, Grossmont Foothillers. And then tandem refs doesn't like that soccer ball and wants another one. And is going to get one from Mark Kozer. Head coach for Eastlake High School and his squad winning right now 1-0 in the late stages. After the throw-in by Cooney to Foster, back to Cooney. Shielded off. Cooney now goes after the soccer ball and touches it out. The home team in blue. Titans have it. Sending it forward is Brew. Back for Ford to retrieve it. Try to keep it in, but could not. So the Titans will have the throw-in in the attacking third. Leading 1-0 with 7 minutes. Counting down left to play in a match. Cooney. Mayo. Good first touch now. Mayo looking for Lopez on the run. Can't get to it, though. Beautiful job that time by Krista Eberly first to retrieve that soccer ball. They've kept Lopez quiet tonight after scoring 2 goals against the Olympian Eagles. Smingy now on the run from the back. Knocked down, no call. Into space. Cooney dives in. Gets a piece of the player. No call there either for Eastlake. Into space. Dees. Ford trying to get to it. And now there will be a call. Seven free kicks, the first one in the second half as far as the fouls are concerned for Grossmont now into central. This is danger by Ganello. But first, Minji gets to it and drives it out of play. Beautiful play by Kira. After just coming back from being out for at least 4 games, 3+ games, I should say. The throw in now. Inside 5.5 left to play in the match. You see the score in your left-hand corner of the screen. 1-0. Bree Cooney sends it out of play. You want to subscribe to us, see all of our digital content, all the soccer matches and One baseball and basketball, a couple CIF semifinal matches or games from last year. You want to see all of that, just subscribe to us. All you got to do is just put the letters GK Sports, all in capital letters, in the search of YouTube, and you will be able to get all of that and more as we continue moving forward. Been around since 2012. Our very first player that we ever saw on the girls' side of the house of soccer, she is playing for Washington State, and she's playing for the FC Heat, scored 6 goals. And then, of course, our last player that we've seen make it to college on GK Sports, Amber Huff, playing for University of California at Irvine. But there'll be many more, and so you want to subscribe and watch all of our digital content moving forward. We'll be around the county. Dees is leaving the match. Coming in now is Jennifer Giovingo, who was just kind of smarting and went out of the match. She's going to gut it out and play the rest, since there's only 3.5 minutes left to play in a match. Trying to help her team out to get an equalizer and keep from losing their 4th in a row. After winning 4 in a row to start the season. Bree Cooney will throw it in. Thankfully for the Foothillers, this is all non-league play. But it's going to be a factor when it comes to who gets into the postseason and who doesn't. Now the advantage when it comes to that determination is, were they playing Division I teams or were they not at the time of the losses? So that's going to help the Foothillers. And Olympian is a Division II team. Steel Canyon, of course, a Division I team. Eastlake is an open division team. So that will help the Foothillers when it comes to that determination. But they're going to need to get it going at some point soon. And that either in this game or start it in 2019, as they cannot link up with Maddie Mayo that time. And another save for Mia Shallett. In the Central, with just about 2 minutes left to go in the match. Mia Foster, that one is sent out of play by Taylor Summit. Trying to mark up on Mia Foster. And now you're in urgency time. Can't afford for it to go across the field in your own defensive half. If you're the Foothillers, can't afford, obviously, to give up a goal. Isabella Rivera coming into the match, number 23 for the Titans. In his 1-0 affair, Eastlake, the home team, leading. Ball knocked out of play as Jennifer Giovingo going for it, and it is not a foul, or is it? It's going to turn out to be a foul. Never know sometimes with the tandem refs. Free kick for Eastlake. 7, or make that 8 fouls for the Foothillers in the match. Eva Wees. Javira. They drop it back. Eat up time off the clock. Sarah Lopez in tow. Those two like to work together, Mia Foster and Lopez. You could almost call it like Sarah Foster. The two work together. And will be working together the entire season to try to continue the offensive attack and try to win matches for Grossmont. Put pressure on the Grossmont Hills League. But this non-league schedule been pretty brutal as far as the wins and losses are concerned. Most recently. And the Titans look like they're going to win this one. 1-0. Unless the Foothillers can strike very quickly. Foster, midfield, taken away by the Titans. Into the central. Eberle. Good passing by Eastlake. Titans on the move, down to central now. Victoria Ford trying to track it down, and Ganello takes the physicality, and for the second game in a row, gets up slowly, makes the save. And another shot for the Titans. On to it now is Javira. With time running out. Tandem refs will be looking at their watch. And that's it. The Titans haven't faced the Foothillers in a while and didn't face them last season. First time this season and the only time this season because they're in two different divisions. And they come out with a victory on their home field, 1-0 in a tightly contested match. Goal not scored until the second half, late in the second half. And that goal scored by Olivia Sekimoto, number 9 for the Titans. We hope you enjoyed all of the action out here in Eastlake, California, east of Chula Vista, the third safest city. And you can throw Eastlake in there as well in California. Remember, you want to go to our webpage. That's mrgksports.webs.com. So that's webs.com, soon to be gksports.com. Be looking for that, and you will be able to one-stop shop and get all of our social media content right there on the opening page. Always subscribe to us. GK Sports, all in capital letters. Just throw it into the search and subscribe. I'm Greg K. Porter for GK Sports saying take care of yourself. God bless. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, as this is going to do it for the 2018 campaign. It's been pretty successful for the Foothillers. We'll see what happens in 2019. And obviously for the Eastlake Titans. So long from Eastlake High School. Bye now. Where the final score, 1-0, Eastlake over Grossmont. McFarland drives it down into the box, and a save, but a giveaway, and then they finally are able to collect it again. Kick for control, and right at Ganello, and trying to get another strike. The header, and it is right back. Ford. Good drive off the top of the frame. Lopez tried to follow it up and couldn't do it. If you don't know, they are Division I. And Jamie Ganello, a dangerous attempt to pass, and fortunately it went off to an area where her teammates can protect. Cooney into the area now, and coming off her line is Shallot making a nice save. Dearly missed last season. After that game, and coming off her line is Ganello making the save. Here's Sarah Lopez, the dangerous one, a shot off of Shallot's hands and over the top of frame. Presine, Summit, Therault, and it goes into the back of the net. Goal! Go, 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 goal! Sekimoto now. This is danger now, and running down to get his numerable. Trying to get to it, takes a shot, and Ganello is able to make the save. Shallot, and a save. Now, showing her skills at this level. But now the Foothillers in danger again. The defense not making a play. Ganello makes a save. 1v1. And onside this time again. Innumerable on the near side. Torrey's blast is a save again by concern for Grossmont now in the central. This is danger, but Ganello. But first, Minji gets to it and drives it out of play. Beautiful play by Cure. Titans on the move, down to central now. Victoria Ford trying to track it down, and Ganello takes the physicality, and for the second game in a row, gets up slowly, makes the save. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, as this is going to do it for the 2018 campaign. It's been pretty successful for the Foothillers. We'll see what happens in 2019, and obviously for the Eastlake Titans. So long from Eastlake High School. Bye now, with the final score 1-0, Eastlake over Grossmont.